All right, well, I'm excited for this one. Azerbaijan versus Turkey in the women's 60 kilogram weight division. I have yet to see Tulin Elekbervoa in action, but I have seen her opponent in action at the last KOK Turkey event. And so I'm really expecting big things here from this one. However, there is an 11-year age difference between these two. And so I'm wondering what Elekbervoa can bring to the table here. She's just 18 years old, but she's got a fantastic record of 5-1 with 2 KOs. So it seems like she's a very young, up-and-coming, promising young athlete, but look at her face right now. Look at the way she's walking to the ring. She looks extremely nervous, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, every fighter gets those butterflies in their stomach when they're walking to the ring, but she looks pretty nervous to me. Well, this fighter made a real big impression on me. Goknur Dundar, known as the Sniper, and rightfully so, undefeated at 7-0 with 2 knockouts. Maybe she's nervous too, I don't know. But she did manage to make it out to the ramp, and hopefully she can live up to the expectations of her this time, because man, she put on a heck of a fight at the last KOK Turkey event, and I'm expecting the same once again. See the tail of the tape here. Obviously 11 years older is Dundar, a little bit shorter and more experienced, and undefeated as well. That's also important. Now, what is Tulin Elekbervoa doing in a neutral corner right now? She should be in the blue corner. She's not fighting out of the white corner. I think this is, oh boy. And she's still just hanging out in her corner. The referee, it's his job to get her to the center of the ring. Oh, well, finally she's coming out here. And she's supposed to be over there in the blue corner. Well, I don't know what's going on here, but the bell has rung, and hopefully they remember how to fight at least. Whoa, look at that. She brought an axe kick way up high, almost like at a complete 90-degree angle. And she's smiling at Dundar. So at least, you know, she's come here to fight. And boy, look how confident she looks now. I saw how nervous she looked, or at least she appeared to be nervous. Maybe she wasn't. Maybe that's just, you know, how she looks. But even if she was nervous walking out to the ring, boy, she certainly looks confident now. In fact, she's a little bit overconfident almost, it seems to me. Dundar being warned to obey the referee's commands. Oh, and here she comes. Look at this. I don't think that Dundar is happy at all about the shenanigans of Elekbervoa and is trying to teach her a lesson here. Referee, whoa, now wait a minute there. She tried to throw that axe kick again before the referee could even give the word to start the fight. Good kicks there from Dundar. Well, I tell you what, it seems to me like Elekbervoa, she likes to have fun in there. Maybe she's trying to play games with her opponent, but you can see that she really dislikes being hit. And she's very slow on the delivery of her shots. She's got some fancy techniques like spinning back kicks and stuff that she likes, and axe kicks that she likes to show off. But it's such a slow process of actually getting the shot to be delivered. Look at the way she's just being tossed and bounced around the ring there by Dundar. And look at that, she's almost shoving the referee, trying to get him out of the way so she can get right back to action on her opponent, and the referee is not liking that at all. See, that's what I'm talking about. She's got no balance. Elekbervoa, she's got no balance, and she's too slow on her on the delivery of her shots. She's almost using like exclusively martial arts kind of kicks. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if she's just like fighting karate or taekwondo and she's not a kickboxer. It's almost like she's just not even a trained kickboxer, the way that she's fighting in there. It's almost like a kickboxer versus like a taekwondo player or something like this. It's a very bizarre matchup stylistically. See, look at that. Like, it's hard to even pinpoint one, I don't know, purely kickboxing kind of technique. She's not throwing punches. She's almost only throwing, and look at those punches. They're just arm punches, the way that she's just kind of like, you know, they're not straight, hard punches. They're coming out off the back, and yeah, look at that, a spinning kick. She's trying to use all these fancy techniques that traditionally trained kickboxers don't use, or don't use all that often. Like, it's not that often you see an axe kick being thrown in a kickboxing contest. She's thrown at least like 3 or 4 of them. Well, let's see what happens here. This is almost like an old UFC kind of a fight, the way that they're so different stylistically. There's that axe kick again. That's not going to get you very far. Well, and she's almost going for like a throw. Well, at least she's having fun. Well, if they were giving points for style and how much fun somebody's having, she'd be way ahead. And look at that. She can't even stay vertical for so long. There's a nice body kick. Oh, man, and she just tosses her down to the ring. Hard, too, and she fell very awkwardly. Her leg kind of buckled and got stuck behind her body. And that's a hard way to go down. That canvas is very unforgiving. Well, wow, that was a nice kick, actually. That kick from the left side actually looked pretty good. Oh, boy. Oh! She's swinging hard in there. Look at, they're getting right up in each other's face, and it's starting to get nasty when they're inside there in the clinch. And I think she's starting to slow down here, starting to get tired. Not a whole lot coming from her. I'm talking about Tulin Elekbervoa of Azerbaijan in the blue gloves, just kind of standing there smiling at her opponent. That won't win you any points on the scorecards, by the way. A nice smile, although it may, you know, get you places in other forms of life. It will not. Actually, I think she thought she had a knockdown there, but she didn't. It's not actually going to get you any points on the scorecards, believe it or not. Well, the end of another bizarre round here. I tell you what, things just keep getting weird. Things go from weird to weirder. That's usually how things happen here in KOK Turkey. Things usually start off unusual, and then they end up weird, if that's even comprehensible. But it does happen. So who knows what kind of surprises we've got in store for us for the rest of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is only the third fight of the night. What else is going to happen here? We still got a long way to go. Wow, you mean to tell me that they actually landed a couple of shots clean in the face? Look at that side kick there. Knocked her halfway across the ring. Well, this is it. This is the third and final round here. And who knows what to expect now. The first round was weird. The second round was even more unusual. Now let's see what the third round brings us. Ooh, she caught her good in the head. Oh, and another one. Oh, now look at this. Dundar is really turning it up. Red corner telling her to keep pressing forward, keep going. Well, it's hard to keep going when your opponent is holding you like that. Side kick there from Elekbervoa. Wow, she is not keeping her guard up, and she is not doing a good job of protecting herself. She just gets in close and then just holds on and tries to catch her with these weird martial arts techniques like side kicks and axe kicks when she's coming in to striking distance. Now what is this now? It's got some kind of a wardrobe malfunction over there. And we're back to action. A minute and about 40 seconds left on the clock. Oh, the clock is stuck now and it's not moving, so who knows how much time is left on there. Or she walked right into a left hand that time. Ooh, hard knee. She really wound up with that knee good. What an awkward position that was. I'll tell you what, things are, it's almost turning into some kind of like a, is that it? All right, that was the final bell. I don't know what to make of this fight, ladies and gentlemen. Another very unusual contest here at KOK Turkey. That was a hot mess. Is that what that was right there? That was a hot mess of a fight. Well, what's really going to be interesting for me now is how they're going to score this thing. I'm going to refrain from giving my own opinion on it, but I really want to see how the judges saw it. All right, right, so Dundar does get the victory and remains undefeated now at 8-0. And Elekbervoa, who knows what's next for her. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll return at 85 kilos coming up next. All right, folks, we are back with our next fight of the evening. This at 85 kilos, and a man who, if you've been following KOK Turkey, I'm sure you're very familiar with. He's fought here on 3 previous occasions and is 2-1 overall in KOK Turkey. In his career, 13-2. So not a whole lot of knockouts to his credit, just 2 wins by knockout. But does have a fantastic record here. Was victorious in July with a split decision victory over Umut Tanifeyev, and is back for action once again here in KOK Turkey. Omer Elhaj representing Syria. Always puts on a good show, always a strong fighter. Let's see what he's made of tonight. And his opponent, well, I'll tell you what, this guy on paper does seem to be an overwhelming underdog. And I'm not sure about this matchmaking, to be honest. Elhaj has got 15 total fights. And this young man, who I believe is a replacement fighter, Kaan Inanir of Turkey, just 6 total fights. So 9 more professional fights for Elhaj, and also 6 centimeters taller. Everything on paper pointing to Elhaj in this one, as you can take a look at the tail of the tape for yourself. All right, touch of gloves, and here we go. 85 kilos is the weight limit, and Inanir coming out, throwing some fire. Catches a head kick in return, was blocked, but he's just forcing his way on the inside like a tank. Boy, I'll tell you what, this kid is thick as a brick. Elhaj really throwing those legs here early on. Got his guard up nice and high. Almost the complete opposite of Inanir. Whoa! Who's utilizing a lot of movement, but his guard is way down low, and he's mainly throwing punches. Ooh, he did not like that low kick at all. Oh, he is in a world of trouble here. Elhaj's kicks are really taking a toll early on. Oh, look at him just wincing and grimacing in pain. Usually what a fighter tries to do is hide how much pain they're actually in. Like, you don't want to give your opponent any kind of a signal that you're hurt or injured or in pain. And Inanir, not terribly skilled at that. There's another low kick. Well, those low kicks are just decimating him, and I don't think he's going to last much longer. What is he looking over at the referee? He's looking over at the referee like, hey, can I have a break here? That's like the second fighter tonight that's tried to get a timeout. I don't know of any combat sport where you're allowed a timeout. What is going on here? The fight's got to be over. What is this? You can't just walk over to the referee and say, hey, I think I might be injured. Like, can you get the doctor over here? If you're injured to the point where you can't fight anymore, that's it. The fight's over. If this fight continues, it'll be an absolute joke. Well, the doctor's now asking, what, can you walk? Can you lift your leg? Can you move it like this? Can you move it like that? Are you kidding me? He's allowing that? How is the referee allowing this fight to continue? Boy, I hope Elhaj just knocks this kid out. What kind of nerve does this guy have to ask the referee for a for a doctor to come over and look at his leg. There you go. Kick that leg and end the fight. And now he's calling for the doctor again? You gotta be kidding me. Where is this? I want to see the rule book that they're using in Turkey here, because this is absolutely ridiculous. This is not how a kickboxing fight needs to be handled here. If somebody's got something wrong with their leg, then the fight's over, and that's it. If you don't want to fight, then the referee stops the fight, and that's it. All right, I think he's calling the fight off here. Yeah. Okay, so the fight has officially been stopped. Much longer than it went on for much longer than it should have even gone on for. I mean, what happened here is that Elhaj seems like he's a kickboxer and a Muay Thai fighter, and it seems to me like Inanir is more of a boxer, like a Western-style boxer, and he just couldn't handle those leg kicks.
İlerleyen dakikalarda bir maçımız olacak. Maçımızda tabii Omer Elhaj ikinci round 3. sahnesinde. Alkışlarınızla mavi köşe Omer Elhaj.
All right, folks. Well, what could possibly happen next? I don't know. I'm afraid to even guess. But this should be a 75-kilogram contest here. Batuhan Karache against Sukru Tufan. Or not. Well, at least one of the advertised fighters has shown up here in this one. Sukru Tufan. 21 years old, undefeated at 3-0, and one knockout of those 3 victories. All right, well, what's going to happen here, folks? So you never know. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that they're actually fighting and fighting hard? Well, that's actually a bigger surprise than them not fighting, or calling a timeout, or whatever else we've seen here tonight. So maybe we'll actually have ourselves a good fight here for a change. Well, wait just a minute now. Whoa, that was about a millisecond away from getting really, really ugly. Wow, what a head kick that was from Tufan. Tell you what, this kid's throwing everything he's got into those punches and kicks. Oh, and it looks already like Demir is in trouble here. He looks pretty hurt. I tell you what, this is another mismatch on paper. And Ferhat Demir, this guy was not on my fight card, not on my lineup. I don't know who this guy is or where they got him from. He could be a taxi driver for all I know. But he's fighting a lot harder than some of the other guys who have more experience than him, I can tell you that. So whatever is motivating this guy to get into the ring, it was working for about the first, couple seconds of the fight, and now he's just taking a beating here. Wow, those are really hard knees here. It may just be a matter of time before Sukru Tufan really puts the icing on the cake here. He just needs 1 or 2 of those shots to land cleanly, and this thing will be over. Good low kicks, actually, from Demir, and you can see that they're really starting to add up here. Take a look at the left leg, just above the knee, and it is starting to get bruised and red and swollen, and that sucker's going to be black and blue tomorrow, I can guarantee it. And in my opinion, in the red gloves, Sukru Tufan being a little bit too cautious here. He could end this thing here in round 1 if he really wanted to, if he'd just go after him. Unless his leg is too beat up to do so. Oh, a spinning back, well, elbow is supposed to be a spinning back fist, and it turned into a spinning back elbow, and that ends another chaotic round here at KOK Turkey. Well, that, like I said, that was about a millisecond away from turning into something where we would have needed an ambulance. And thank goodness he didn't quite pull the trigger all the way. But he did a lot of damage there in that first round, at Sukru Tufan in the red gloves. However, our late replacement, Ferhat Demir, landed a fair amount of low kicks, and if he can just stick with those things throughout the fight, it may pay dividends for him later on. And now the referee calling both fighters to a neutral corner. I think he had something to say to whoever was in the blue corner there. And he, what does he want, a hug? I don't think so, pal. The bell is already rung, and it's a fight. Let's go. Nice hook there to counter the flying knee coming in. And he again keeps attacking the lead left leg. Oh, boy. And I think that Tufan is really fired up now. What is the referee pulling him up? Why is the referee helping him to get up? Well, now I guess under KOK Turkey rules now, the referee has the right to actually help the fighter up if he can't actually get up on his own. That's probably somewhere in the KOK Turkey rulebook as well. Definitely not in the normal KOK rulebook, I can tell you that. There's that low kick again. I like that. Both guys having trouble getting close to the other one and landing. So, whoa! That was a late shot, but honestly, I'm gonna say that was the fault of Sukru Tufan because he was expecting. He kind of like half turned his back on his opponent, and he was expecting the referee to jump in there and say stop or break or something like that, and the referee simply never did. And it's protect yourself at all times. And so in this case, even though the referee should have probably stepped in there, and he's late doing so, Tufan needs to protect himself at all times. And again, they're like almost striking each other at the same exact time. Good hard low kick again. And now he's starting to avoid those kicks. I saw him checking a kick earlier, and so you know it's starting to do some damage now. Demir wasn't supposed to be doing this good in the fight. That's not how things are supposed to turn out. He's a late replacement. You know, we've never seen him before. But here he is holding his own. And he's all over him here on the ropes at the end of the round. Oh, this is unusual. Again, another awkward, unusual, unexpected moment here. at KOK Turkey as we go back and take a look at some highlights of round number 2. And, well, from my perspective, I really thought that Sukru Tufan was going to dominate this fight because it's just clear that he has harder hitting strikes. He's a little bit more dynamic, looks to be more powerful, quicker. And not only that, but Ferhat Demir is a late replacement. He's not even listed on my fight card, so it may have been literally like they just threw him in there like earlier today or something. And he's really doing quite well for himself. Really surprising me. Boy, the corner of Sukru Tufan is really taking their sweet time getting out of the ring, and you can see his left leg. Boy, that thing is just bulging out. He's just got, looks like he's, you know, hiding a newborn child underneath his skin there. That thing is really swelling up, and he may want to think about even changing his stance. There you go. Yeah, he's changed his stance a little bit. If he takes any more low kicks to that leg, it's going to be bad, bad news. He's going to be walking around on crutches. There it is again. Good shot. Now he's changing his stance. He just does not look comfortable in his southpaw stance at all. It's like he always wants to revert back to that orthodox kind of a stance, just out of habit. I don't think he knows how to fight in a southpaw stance. It's just completely unnatural for him, which is bad news for his left leg. Yep, he's almost always going back to it. He can't even stand normally like that. You can see he's already back to an orthodox stance here. Oh, and he's paying for it too. Every time he goes back to orthodox, he's paying for it. It's a great skill to have if you're a fighter, to be able to switch back and forth between orthodox and southpaw. Those that can do it, it's really to their advantage. Well, he's attacking the other leg now. So if he can't hit the left leg, he'll just settle for the right one. And there's a minute left here in round number 3, and I think that Tufan is going to need something here to prove to the judges that he's in this fight. I don't think he can fight from the southpaw stance. He just doesn't know how to do it. That's why he's just doing a lot of standing around. Now he's automatically back to that orthodox stance, and he pays for it. Not a whole lot going on here towards the end of round number 3. Both guys tired, exhausted. They've given each other their best shots. And that'll do it. So for the first time this evening, oh no, maybe for the second time this evening, we do go to the end of the 3rd round. The full time limit has expired. And wow, a shocker. I'm shocked that I'm shocked. And I'm saying that sarcastically. But the fact that this actually turned out to be somewhat of an interesting fight with at least some kind of a game plan and a technique, and the fact that it did go the full 3 rounds is a little bit unexpected. And the game that we saw unfolding inside the ring was how much more punishment can this guy's leg take? And we'll find out what the judges thought about it in just a moment.
Gecenin 5. maçında kazanan
All right, folks, welcome back. This is part 2 of KOK Turkey from Adana. And we are here at the Sheraton Hotel Arena. Well, they are. I'm not. I'm here in the studio in Vilnius, Lithuania, ready to call the action here. Taja Yasir, a fighter who we saw last time KOK Turkey was on the air. I don't know. There are things that I really like about this kid and things that I don't. And so I hope that he's able to fix the mistakes, or at least work on the mistakes that that I saw last time, and hopefully he's improved a little bit. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I need to get my eyes checked or if I need to get my glasses changed or not, but it says that he's 33 years old and only has one fight under his belt. 33 years old with just one fight. And he's taking on a 19-year-old opponent who's in the ring and has 21 fights. I can't explain that any further.
Maçın hakemi Sayın Oğuzhan Tülücü, Mersin İl Milli Eğitim Müdür Yardımcısı, uluslararası hakemimiz, aynı zamanda değerli bir eğitimcimiz.
Yeah, take a look at this. 21 professional fights against one fight. And he's got a height advantage. All right, well, let's see here, folks, what's going to happen next. Every single fight, it's like you're like, all right, well, what's going to happen this time? Expect the unexpected in this one as well. Taja Yasir with the white streak in his hair. Very exciting fighter to watch from what I saw last time. He's got some quick, dynamic, fun kind of techniques that he likes to use. But at other times, he's just kind of standing around watching his opponent, not doing much at all. So kind of like he's doing now. Not engaging. He's just not engaging his opponent. And it doesn't look like Omer Balaban is in a hurry to fight either. And look at those jabs that he's throwing. Could they have any less power behind them at all? Well, now he's throwing a left hand like he actually meant it that time. Things very slow to develop here. I tell you what, this Taja Yasir, he gets some very unusual angles on his opponent. The way he kind of drops his head, and everything he does is kind of unorthodox in there. So are these guys just going to move around the ring and spar for the rest of the fight, or are they finally going to start throwing something? Very calm atmosphere here in the Sheraton Hotel. Everybody's just kind of looking on. Whoa! Did he slip, or is he going to be counted as a knockdown? It's going to be counted as a knockdown. Those were some pretty solid low hooks there. And again, look, Balaban literally has one fight. And, you know, at 33 years old and, you know, not the favorite to win this thing by any stretch of the imagination. But again, he took down Taja Yasir in round number 1. So, oh my goodness. things just keep getting weirder and more unusual as the night progresses. Just when you think you've got all of the answers, KOK Turkey changes the questions. See if we can get another look at those low hooks of Omer Balaban that, oh, caught him right in the liver. Yeah, it was. You could see it was just about a 1 second delay there before it really, he absorbed that pain, which is what normally does happen when you get a good liver shot. And it's not impossible to recover from a liver shot either, too. I've literally called fights before where the guy got hit with a liver shot and then came back and won the fight. Seen it before. So don't count Taja Yasir out yet, but he's down 10-8 in the fight so far. And look at Omer Balaban now. He's literally just standing there right in front of Yasir. Like, come on, kid. Hit me. And Yasir just not doing a whole lot in there. That's what worries me about this kid, is that he's got these this flashy, flamboyant kind of a style, but he doesn't use it. Like, he uses it every once in a while, like, 3 or 4 times per round. And then he really doesn't do much of anything. Ooh, another hard, solid body shots going in, and I don't know how much more Taja Yasir can take. You can see he's having a mental battle now. Is he going to get up or not? Is the referee still counting or not? I don't think the referee is not even counting anymore, which I would assume means that this fight is over. But the referee is not given a signal that the fight is over. Yep, there he is. He's calling it now. He just called it off, and I hope he did. But I've seen it before with the referees around here where they call in the doctors, and then they keep fighting. So. Well, that was good body work there from Omer Balaban. Those low hooks finally caught up with Yasir. I think he probably caught, yeah, it looked like he caught a second liver punch. Bam, right there to the left side of the body, yep. Or to the right side of the body, it was a left hand. And he's still down over there. You catch 2 big liver shots like that. I mean, your internal organs can only take so much damage. All right, well, you can't really say that Balaban gave Yasir every chance he could have. I mean, he gave him every chance possible and more. And Yasir just didn't really do much offensively. Eventually it caught up with him. All right, Balaban gets the victory by knockout in the second round, remains undefeated now at 2-0 with 2 KOs. And again, Taja Yasir, a young kid, only 19 years old. I think he can still be a great fighter one day. But he's got to get a lot more aggressive, and he's got to work on his discipline in the ring.